Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, YouTube have been in hot water recently for aggressively, maliciously trying to stop ad blockers, doing it in a way where they're supposedly slowing down people's browsers. And the ads themselves, they're often scams, they link people to dodgy websites, and YouTube don't care, they just want to get their money. They don't give a toss if their users have to suffer, but Ubisoft, they've thrown their hat in the ring. They've said, what about us? Can we get some of that hate as well? We're feeling left out. They've started to put ads inside of their games. I'm not talking about the menu going on the Steam marketplace or one of the console marketplaces. I'm talking about you're playing Assassin's Creed, you're controlling a character in-game, suddenly you get hit with a pop-up ad. That has happened now to multiple people. There is two sides to this story, so there's what's actually happened, what users have experienced, and then Ubisoft have actually responded. So we'll look at both, but starting off, I'm going to show you this video. This is an example, a user who experienced one of these ads. So they're just playing the game, they're controlling their character, they're having a little bit of a time, and then they go into the map, they open up their map, and they're hit with this pop-up ad. Assassin's Creed Mirage, the new one. It's on a Black Friday sale, 20% off. Wow, what a bargain. They were playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so one of the older ones. Ubisoft obviously want them to upgrade. Play the new one, please. We swear it's not as bad as the last 10 copy and pasted titles in this series. This is one of those rare gaming moments where regardless of who you are, what you believe, unless you're the Ubisoft CEO's son who's waiting on a huge inheritance from all these purchases, you think this fucking sucks. Get this out of our game. It's an issue for a number of reasons. Outside just being scummy, it can lead to problems down the line. What happens is one company tries it, they see if they can get away with it. If they succeed, other companies want a piece of that pie. They'll start shoving ads in all of their games too. You won't be able to escape them. This happens every time in every industry when any scummy practice is started. It's like the story about the car manufacturers with the heated seats that you've got to pay a subscription for. You can't just buy the car and get everything. You got to keep spending money over time. It's always the recurring revenue. We want your credit card information. We're going to keep taking a little bit out. And a company did that, but people were happy to oblige. They were buying these heated seats, paying for that sub. And of course, every car manufacturer followed suit, did the same thing. Now it is normalcy. This will happen with game ads as well. It's already happened in this industry. Microtransactions. When they started, when it was horse armor, when it was cosmetics, consumers did kick up a bit of a stink. The game of tug-of-war commenced, but then publishers got sneaky. They started to put in level boosts. You could spend real money to increase the power of your character. And rather than gamers flipping the table and saying, no, get any purchase out of my game, I will spend money on the box price, maybe an expansion if you actually deliver real content that justifies the cost. Rather than tipping it on its head, we negotiated with corporate terrorists and we said, no, just leave the cosmetic ones in there. Those are okay. Just take out the pay to win. And it became normal. Now, lots of AAA games have microtransactions. It is an event when a game doesn't have it. We see it with a title like Baldur's Gate 3, where it's celebrated. If it's middling like Starfield, then no microtransactions isn't enough. But please do not normalize this. I don't want to get to the stage where I'm playing a game and celebrating because there are no in-game ads. That is dystopian. The other reason this is a big problem is you know it's going to start to affect the game design. It'll be a matter of you're in-game running around, you're ready to change your gun, maybe your weapon. Normally you just press one button to make it happen, but nope, modern game design will be you must press a button to go into the menu so we can hit you with a pop-up ad before you can change your arsenal. On PC, sometimes you can hit F5 to quick save. Nope, you've got to go into the menu to do it. We'll hit you with an ad. We'll hit you with 2 ads. Ad, consume. It'll be the same with the mini map. That'll be gone. You've got to go into the map menu. You've got to view it all there so they can pop you with another ad. They will min-max this. Hey, super quick interruption. I am selling these fine leather jackets today. There is a great big sale on. Just kidding. I just wanted to give you the Ubisoft experience and interruption. A potential purchase. That is what we're going to get to. Don't normalize this. Do not let this happen. Now, guys, I may have overreacted because Ubisoft have responded. They've defended this. It's all a big mistake. They've come out to say that the Assassin's Creed in-game pop-up ads, they're just a technical error. It was all a big mistake. There was a malfunction in the server room, and suddenly there was an image for a 20% off Black Friday sale ad that just appeared in your game. This could happen to anyone. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and just get back to consuming product. That would be the right thing to do. What they said exactly is, we have been made aware that some players encountered pop-up ads while playing certain Assassin's Creed titles yesterday. They have acknowledged that it was multiple people. I've seen the handful of defenders that there are. Again, not many people defending this, thankfully, but there are occasionally people saying, oh, it was only maybe one person. It could have been a genuine mistake. They have said themselves multiple people. So let's just kill that idea that it was one person. The Ubisoft spokesperson goes on to say, this was the result of a technical error that we addressed as soon as we learned of the issue. Now, I'm not a software professional, but anyone who is says it's just like saying, hey darling, I'm sorry I cheated on you, I just happened to fall in the arms of another woman. It was a technical error. This is pathetic, and the sad thing is, you know that they've worded it this way because they can technically get away with it if they were ever sued. They could go, oh no, we did build it. We did build this widget or whatever we want to call it with the ad. However, it was meant to go out to a different region, or we pushed it out 6 hours too early, and because we got all of this backlash, now we've switched it off. That's what would happen if it was ever taken anywhere. But they can say this, and unfortunately some people have bought this excuse, which, if it was another company, maybe you could give them the benefit of the doubt. But this is Ubisoft, who've been pulling nonsense for the longest period of time. They used to release decent games back in the days of Rayman, the older Far Cry titles, but what happened to them is just one day they woke up and decided to be creatively bankrupt. They created Assassin's Creed 2, Far Cry 3, which, sure, you can have a decent time with them. They're relatively fun to go through. But when players flock to those games, they just decided every game's got to be that from now on. We're going to focus on this gameplay loop, and we're going to try and make it as addictive as possible, so players are on a treadmill. They're not really playing for the content, for the fun. It's to get little dopamine hits. When they find a little note on the map, or they complete a little side quest, the 18th outpost, the 60th collectible, it was all about that. These little dopamine hits. And they've spent their time not trying to really improve this formula, but looking for ways to monetize it. That example I gave earlier of buying XP boosts, that was classic Ubisoft. They designed some of the recent Assassin's Creed games around stats, around being more like RPGs, not to improve the game, but so they could level gate things. They could say, you can't go to this area, you're only level 10, you've got to be level 20. No, we haven't given you any fun content to reach this level. You got to jump onto the store, buy a level boost, or buy an XP booster, so you don't have to do so much copy and pasted content. They're pioneers purely from the perspective of how to fleece people, how to find more ways to take your money for providing nothing. They create the problem, they provide the solution, it's on the shop front, and now they're trying to do it with ads as well. People cannot stand this company. In the past, I think some people just gobbled up what they were offering and went, yeah, it's kind of like Macca's, it's kind of like fast food. You play it, you don't think about it too much, you move on. But now people start to be getting fed up. I've seen, for instance, Far Cry 6. No one's saying good things. It's got mixed reviews on Steam. No one's talking about it. I think sales numbers were lower than expectations. So maybe people are learning. Maybe this is a desperate last-ditch effort from Ubisoft to try and get people buying their latest release, which looks bog average. Mirage, Assassin's Creed Mirage, it came out in the midst of some much better games. Baldur's Gate 3, Phantom Liberty, Lies of P, all these great games that came out around the time of Mirage. Maybe it's the case that they're that desperate to sell this game because people are losing interest in their shitty gameplay loop. They're losing some interest in Assassin's Creed. Maybe that's part of the reason that they're pushing this. Hopefully gamers have had enough, they're fed up, they stop mindlessly consuming Ubisoft's trash. Hopefully it causes them to retreat, but more importantly, other publishers to go, you know what, we had plans for in-game ads, but look how embarrassing this is for Ubisoft. How sad. Let's not go down the same road. We've got to take a stand. Gaming needs to remain an escape, but that's hard enough with everything else going on. So this is a good thing. No one's happy. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye.